Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CypherX video breakdown. In today's video, we're going to be discussing and talking about the XDC network and XDC, the digital asset. If you all enjoy these deep research dives showing you guys the devil's in the details, massive connections, massive things happening behind the scenes that are never going to make the mainstream that everybody should be paying attention to, do us a favor, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the platform, help us boost the algorithm to push these videos out to more like-minded individuals like yourselves, especially if you're an XDC holder. Pay attention to detail. This is going to be jam-packed with valuable information. So we're actually going to start off by touching on the whole entire ideology that we are early. I want to confirm that for you all. I want to actually show you some visual representations, and then I want to get into some reputable individuals from some MLETR platforms that are going to actually confirm this for you guys. I don't want to just be here saying that we're early. I want to actually get you guys to see the bigger picture, how early we actually are. So first, we're going to just scroll down here. I have to give a shout out to this individual. I'm not going to butcher their X name. You guys can see it on the board right here. Now, he sent the link, okay? And this link takes you over to this website, the ESCAP, the Economic and Social Commission for Asia and Pacific Region, in collaboration with the ICC Digital Standards Initiative. This is going to fall into place later on in this video breakdown, but this is a visual representation of how many jurisdictions in the world are fully MLETR compliant. And you can see right down here, this little scale. Okay, I showed this in a previous video breakdown, but again, I want to give you guys a visual along with some panel discussions confirming how early we are. 0 is obviously, of course, not MLETR compliant, what stage they're in. And 8 is all the way compliant and all the way fully integrated MLETR. You can see that the United States, a couple places in South America, a couple places in Europe, a couple places in the Asia Pacific region are MLETR compliant. That's it. The rest of the world is not. This gives you a physical visual representation of what I'm trying to show you all, that we are early. Okay, we're extremely early, and you got to really see, once we've hopefully we can get you to see in this video breakdown how absolutely crucial XDC and the XDC network is to the global trade finance industry. Okay, so now we're going to head over here. Shout out to Tokenizer. He posted this on February 26th. Lloyds Bank is advancing further in digital trade, partnered with SWIFT, and backed by Temasek. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. WaveBL has been making waves in paperless trade spaces. Now, I like that it says right here, partnered with SWIFT, because we know overall, if we head over here to this exclusive interview with Atul Kakad, co-founder of the XDC network, on December 5th, 2023, one of the things that he mentions down here is that he says, we are looking to work with innovation teams at SWIFT to complement its massive base infrastructure and take it to millions of MSMEs and fintechs with the XDC network. So the XDC network is also attempting to try and work with SWIFT. I thought that that was interesting. However, we're going to be paying attention to some video clips from a reputable individual from WaveBL, right? So take a second and listen. Again, this just took place a couple days ago. Lloyds Bank now joins the list as the first UK bank for MLETR trades on chain. So take a second and listen to this reputable individual, i.e. a reputable individual from SWIFT and from WaveBL, tell you all physically that we are early and that 99.9% of companies are not using a platform yet for digital trade finance.
That makes sense. I mean, we're still at that stage, right, with EBLs where we're sort of, getting towards takeoff, right? We've got about, as you said, you've now got 30,000 a month, but we're still only about 2%, right? So there's still quite a long way to go. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, we're still at that stage, right, with EBLs where we're sort of getting towards takeoff, right? We've got about, as you said, you've now got 30,000 a month, but we're still only about 2%, right? So there's still quite a long way to go.
So cross-platform interoperability is something that sometimes is perceived as holding back adoption. The goal is to provide EBL access to 100% of companies, around the world using the different platforms. The reality is today that more than 9 of the companies around the world don't operate on any platform. So it's not the lack of interoperability, it's just the lack of accessibility.
Those are absolutely massive statements from some reputable individuals from both Swift and WaveBL confirming that we are in the early days, okay? Now, here, this was posted from Zinfin on their X profile. I'm not going to play the video for you guys. However, you can go over to YouTube. On their YouTube, it was only posted a couple of hours ago, insights from the joint ITFA and XDC Network FinTech workshop. But I want to take you to roughly about 18 seconds where Andre Kasterman goes on to say that the XDC network is the only layer 1 network that is on the ITFA. I don't think people understand how massive that is. So if we head over here to the ITFA website, okay, you can see their membership directory. You can click open the massive list of banks that are on this membership directory, okay? You can click open the massive list of brokers, of fintech companies, of consultancies, of insurance companies, like the list just goes on. And as we scale through this whole entire video breakdown, you're going to see why this is important.
Yes, indeed. And I'm terribly proud of the work we have achieved over the last few weeks to handpick really the most recent innovations that are of importance for our target audience, banks, alternative lenders, and institutional investors. And during the Investor Day, indeed, we're going to have the XDC Network team also presenting how much they are focusing on trade finance.
The top banks and top banks are definitely very well aware about what is happening, what are the new options. But indeed, given the complexity of the organization, they need a bit more time to move into production. But we're ready.
Okay, so if you click fintechs, you can see right down here, XDC Network, the only layer 1 network on this entire list, right? Moving on, okay? We're going to head over here to the ICC United Kingdom post that they made, where they go on to talk about the trade conference and awards, engage in conversation with those involved in delivering a cheaper, faster, simpler, and more sustainable trading ecosystem, a C4DTIA awards event that's set to come out, where they released this document. We're going to get into reading some of this document. All right. But remember, C4DTI Digital Trade Conference Awards, don't forget, this is coming out the 17th to the 18th of April, 2024. Gives you a description of what this is so you can see how readily important it is to digital trade finance and the whole entire ecosystem, and how they go on to mention down here why attend the ICC United Kingdom event. That their goal is to digitalize 60 to 80% of the world trade finance by 2026, right? So let's get into some of this document. Before we get into that, we know the ICC United Kingdom on their LinkedIn profile, they list here that they're delighted to announce the shortlisted entries for the second annual C4DTI Digital Trade Awards that's taking place in April. And you can see the best cross-border trade software system technology solution provider of the year, the XDC Trade Network, is listed. Now, let's go over and read some of this document from the ICC United Kingdom, labeled Seizing the Moment. I only have a couple of interesting highlights from this. The first one being from Chris Southworth, where he goes on to say, the seminal report unveils tangible evidence of the commercial advantages stemming from digital paperless trade sanctions available today. Companies embracing this opportunity, again, key highlights, embracing this opportunity. So what should we as manual retail investors be doing? Embracing this opportunity. Stand to gain enhanced liquidity, risk mitigation, cost reduction, simplified ESG reporting, ultimately driving improved profitability and broader market access. Now, I want to pause right there, and I want to take your attention down here where it says, it's now or never to transform trade and capture the benefits of digitalization. And if not now, then when? Let's revert back to the reputable individual from WaveBL that goes on to talk about how the time is now for trade finance and how EBL, electronic bills of lading, will be exponential.
Is this now opening up the opportunity? Is the time now right for digitizing trade?
Well, that's definitely the right answer. The time is now. And if we look at the quest for an EBL, then it's something that started back in the 80s. Right. We've different attempts to connect, fax machines. We've identified numbers and ports. And it would be easier to understand that we've completed maybe 90% of the journey already, understanding how it works, developing the platforms, the frameworks. As EBL is becoming more and more easy to issue and accessible to any SMB around the world, even if it's not onboarded to any platform, we will see the carrier sector already issuing more and more master bills of lading today. And now we're starting to see the same change within the freight forwarders. industry or sector, and they issue the much bigger amount of House bills of lading.
Okay.
And that's the mass amount that we're all waiting for. And it's about laying the infrastructure, laying the integrations that are needed, connecting the issuers and significant amount of freight forwarders and banks around the world. Eventually, this growth will become exponential.
Back up here to Chris Southworth, right? Let's head back to that YouTube video that I recommended you all take a second and watch on the XDC Network's website. And you can see Chris Southworth right here talking about taking advantage of opportunities in that document from the ICC, standing right in front of an XDC Network sponsorship logo, right? Very interesting. I'm just saying they're giving you all the freaking juice right in front of your faces, but people still won't see it, okay? Now, let's go over into another document. This one was very interesting. Let's go to the front of this so you guys can actually see it. Trade Prosperity, again, another document from the ICC United Kingdom. I want you all to pay attention to detail what they say. On page 3 right here, I know that it might be hard to see, but you can see it says, we are underestimating how many companies want paperless international trade. Santander UK's recent trade barometer survey found that 35% of the UK companies trading internationally say bureaucracy is a barrier to trading overseas. At the same time, 45% of all businesses said that they would use electronic bills of lading. A key data set in international shipping and finance was 65% saying that they would use this facility if the opportunities arose. There is a real potential not to just improve current systems, but to remove swaths of paper and processes completely. That's an absolutely massive statement right there. Again, underestimating how many organizations actually want to go digital. Now, why is this important? Because we know Reuters on their website posted this article where it says a timely solution from the XDC Trade Network. The XDC Trade Network has released a timely solution for working with the industry. It addresses all known pain points of cross-border trade and is aligned with the UNCITRAL Model Law Electronic Transferable Records, MLETR. This solution has 2 key features. To help create all types of trade documents digitally, right? I'll stop there, save time. Shippers can avail themselves of receivable finance as soon as they submit their trade document created in MLETR support. Working with partners, the XDC Network is looking at lowering compliance costs, easing access to capital for SMEs, allowing monitoring of logistics and chains in real time, and even helping prevent documentary fraud. But check out this. It says XDC has all the components to provide the trade participants with the necessary tools to go 100% digital.
The goal is to provide EBL access to 100% of companies, around the world using the different platforms.
You all see that last statement right there. That's an absolutely massive statement, considering, again, that we are underestimating how many companies want paperless international trade, okay? And remember, just to revert back to the ITFA, the XDC network being the only layer 1 network on this entire membership list that provides these solutions, okay? So just take that into consideration moving forward. These are massive finds. And again, I have a firm belief that people are sleeping on XDC because there's been a lack of price action over the past couple of years. It's not meme coin pumping, right? And individuals are going to get left behind because they're not doing the research. All right. Now, one last thing I was going to read on the XDC network website. You can see up here at the top, XDC plus trade finance, and that XDC has become recognized for its outstanding presence in the trade finance industry. If we scroll right down here, just to confirm what it is that I just mentioned to you guys. Again, people are going to fall behind because they're not taking into consideration the massive opportunity at hand. It says, trade finance is an underappreciated asset class underpinning trillions of dollars in goods and services and trade between nations every year. Blockchain technology is uniquely suited to power the financial rails of cross-border trade, and jurisdictions globally are taking notice. So again, do us a favor, smash that thumbs up button, keeping you guys in the loop with what's really happening behind the scenes. I was going to read this article, but to save time, I won't. This is just going in to talk about how the XDC network is dabbling in artificial intelligence, transforming the XDC blockchain network for a better future. We know that artificial intelligence is going to be absolutely monumental as well in the near future. And you can see that this is updated from February 26, 2024. So make sure that you're paying attention to the XDC network. I'm not telling you guys to go out there and buy XDC, the digital asset. Again, just take advantage of opportunities at hand by doing research and familiarizing yourself with what's taking place behind the scenes with global trade finance and how the XDC network sits on the forefront of revolutionizing global trade. Many blessings to you guys. As always, be cognizant, be aware out there, and I will see you guys in the next video breakdown.